My lord, you guys. The Rose is pure, unadulterated bliss between the sheets. I am telling you, it takes a lot for me to love a hand cannon. I've used so many of them for so many years because that's what you do in Destiny. But this one is special. I'm very glad I took the time to grind a ton of competitive divisions to get this roll. In this video, I'm going to break down this gun for you so you know what to look for and what to expect. But if you check out of this video early, just take one thing with you. Get Rose. Get one this season. Get one soon. Let me hit you with a real quick TLDR on this thing. It's a 140 hand cannon, you know? We love those. We love the 140s, don't we, folks? Good gun, strong gun. Sorry. We're very familiar with 140s, so let's make a quick comparison to one of the greatest 140s in the game right now, the new reissued austringer. If we hold the Rose naked next to a naked austringer, here's what you're gonna see. Rose has way more handling. I mean like 13 more handling at base. Rose has 11 more reload speed. It reloads a quarter of a second faster at base. Rose has way more aim assist, 10 more aim assists at base, which is basically a free adept targeting mod without the drawbacks. Austringer's base airborne effectiveness value is 13. Rose's is 20 at base. That's nuts. In fact, I'm using the new seasonal Icarus mod on my helmet in conjunction with the targeting mod for hand cannons, and also throwing an Icarus grip on my Rose, so my inner accuracy feels pretty good. In addition, Bungie told us that Rose gives the player an intrinsic 150 hand cannon movement buff. You feel so much more zippy with this thing out. Now, base range is almost identical to Austringer's. It's only 3 less. Rose's stability is where Austringer takes the win. But to me, I'll take that trade-off every time, considering all the other places where Rose outclasses it. Especially since the stability can be mitigated with the origin stocks that you get on the Rose, which is way better than 2XS to me. That's right, so instead of an origin trait, the Rose rolls with several different stocks that you can choose from. They have different bonuses like buffing recoil direction, buffing stability, buffing handling, or any odd combination of those things. So compared to Austringer's origin trait, I mean the stocks just offer way more PvP value than 2XS does. So let's talk perks, because obviously perk pool is the one thing that everyone's going to go to. It's the thing that sets things apart. The perk pool for Rose is literally a stacked deck. I mean, it's going to be hard for you to get a bad roll on a Rose. In the first column, you've got moving target, obviously a banger. While you're strafing, which you should be doing with a 140 hand cannon, well, any hand cannon anyways, moving target is always a popular choice because of the strafe speeds and aim assist that you get while you're moving. Elemental capacitor is another thing in this first perk column. It offers huge buffs. I mean, huge buffs. So if you're the kind of person that like mains a certain subclass and you like the benefits that Elemental Capacitor offers, hey, this is going to be a great choice for you. I don't really main any one individual subclass. I jump around from class to class, element to element. So I don't tend to use Elemental Capacitor too much because my gun is constantly changing as I'm changing characters. But if you main one thing, hey, this could be a great pick for you because, I mean, the buffs that you get with Elemental Capacitor are off the charts. I'm talking plus 50 handling. That's insane. Plus 20 stability. That's nuts. Plus 50 reload speed. I mean, these are massive buffs. So if any of those really mesh well with the character that you're using, the subclass that you're using, then Elemental Capacitor could be the pick for you. You've also got Slide Shot, which reloads some of the magazine when you slide and gives a temporary boost to stability and range, but that only applies to the first bullet after the slide. You've also got Perpetual Motion, which everyone knows at this point it's an S tier perk. It's absolutely an S tier perk. Getting those benefits to stability and handling are huge. 5 at base when the first stack, when the second stack kicks in, you're going up to plus 15. Those are great benefits. Quick Draw, obviously never a bad choice, especially if you're doing like a hot swap kind of a thing. If you're using a GL, if you're using a bow, I say this with peace and love. I hate playing against people like you. I respect you and the play style, but it's so unfun for me to play against. But if that's your thing, far be it from me to tell you can't do it. Quick Draw is an option on the Rose. So keep that in mind if you're doing hot swap playstyles. I have done it before. I used to do a hot swap playstyle, and I do understand that it's totally fun. So if that's your vibe, there you go. You've got that on the table as well. And finally, in the first column, there's also Rapid Hit, which is okay. I think it's an all right. It's obviously it's an S tier perk on something like a pulse rifle. But on a hand cannon, that's obviously only going to kick in on the third bullet of your engagement if you hit those first 2 headshots. So it's a good perk. I don't think it's the best one in the column, though. But you certainly can't go wrong with having it. Moving on to the second column, you've got Eye of the Storm. Obviously, that's one of the things that people go for on their Austringers. It's a very popular perk because with hand cannons, they're dueling weapons. And Eye of the Storm is a dueling perk. So it's a match made in heaven. So Eye of the Storm, great perk option here. You've also got Vorpal weapons, so you can be shooting enemies in their supers, doing some extra damage. That could be nice to have. You've got Snapshot, never a bad perk. Opening Shot, always an excellent perk. Explosive Payload, which I'm going to come back to, and Rangefinder. Literally everything you could want from an Austringer, Rose gives you and more. Rangefinder and Opening Shot are going to be the ones that everyone gravitates towards, I think. But I'm going to suggest that you also keep a lookout for a good explosive payload roll. That's what I'm using in the gameplay of this video. This is going to dramatically increase your effective range because explosive payload splits half of the damage of your bullet into explosive damage that's immune to damage fall off. So half of the damage from your hand cannon is immune to damage drop off. That's huge. So you can tag people up for, like 35 damage from the other side of the map potentially if you hit the shot. So you'll see in the gameplay here, I actually take a ton of shots at people from downtown, knowing that I'm genuinely helping to weaken these guys for my teammates who are much closer, and I get a lot of assists for it. I think this is the sleeper perk to look out for, but you Fatebringer lovers, you already know all about that, don't you? As far as rewards for a competitive mode go, Rose is an absolute 10 out of 10 banger gun. I posted a video breaking down my pros and cons of the new competitive divisions and offering feedback to help polish this thing up. It's not a perfect place to play right now, and it needs some more work, but Rose being attached to it will make me keep playing it straight up. The roll I got is great, but it's not perfect, so I'll be looking for that perpetual motion and explosive payload combo for sure, with a smooth grip for plus 5 more stability and 5 more handling, along with accurized rounds and small bore. And that would put me at 70 base range, 57 stability, 65 handling, and perpetual motion kicking in is going to push that handling and stability up even more. It's going to be so freaking good when I get that roll eventually. It'll be hard to put it down. With just this good roll, I was able to rack up over 100 kills in one short sitting today across ranked games, quick play games, and Rift games. It's nutty. So anyway, let me know down in the comments section what roll you've got. What are you using so far? What are you vibing with? What rolls are you looking for? And how's the gun feeling to you personally? Is Rose going to get you to play competitive divisions? I'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like on it, as that's the best free way to support the channel. And if you want to help me get my whiskey channel off the ground, as that's my little creative outlet side channel, feel free to follow the links in the description and pinned comment to take you to that channel. You can drop a like on a video there, maybe leave a comment, help with the algorithm love so I can help get that channel going. So love you all so much. Thanks for supporting. Be warm and well fed, my friends, and I hope to catch you in the Crucible.
The spark is available. Double down. Your legend. Rogue Zone C captured. Enemy claimed Zone A. Strength in numbers, Guardian. Excellent. One after another. one. Who says war?